Hello, everybody, and welcome to True Encounters with Marvin Allen and the DUG Doug Pack. Sorry about that. Sorry about being late, but few technical difficulties. But as always, we here. We made it. We're gonna always show up. Just want to say hi. Give people time enough to get in. Give people time enough to get in the chat. Hey Don, while you waiting, can you go to the page and post and let them know that we live? Hello, hello. Can everybody hear me? Hey, Jacob. Hey, Nathaniel. Sorry about that. We was running a little late. No technical difficulties, but as always, we here. We gonna always show up. Hey, Richard, how you doing, my friend? Sorry about being late and had to push the time back a little bit, but as always, we here. We gonna always show up. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, like, comment, and share. I do have a co-host on with me that will be talking about some things tonight. A Southern guy that will be talking about Black Eyed Kids, The Rake, and Goatman. And I do have some information out of my hometown in Maryland, and I'm gonna be reading that off of what I found out, about this Goatman creature. So just bear with us. We're gonna wait for people to get into the chat. We're gonna wait for people to get into the chat, and then we're gonna start. But while we waiting, Richard, can y'all go into the groups and let people know that we are live? No, we're gonna hide that one. We're not gonna let that up there. I understand, Chris, that it's joking off, fun and games, but here we here to learn. Some people might get offended and stuff like that, but moderators are gonna look at that and if it's negative stuff up there, they're gonna remove it. So we try to be peaceful here and respect one another. So watch what y'all text in the comment, because if it's not right up to our standards, then it will be removed. Hey, Depocalypse, how you doing? While y'all waiting, can y'all go in y'all groups and post and let them know that we are live, that the Dub Packs is live. We in the house. We're gonna always show up. Richard, don't forget to go post. Now I went to the group and I post, so we just waiting for more people to show up. That's all. Thank you. So y'all can go and post in the groups and let them know that we live. You know, we're gonna always make our shows interesting. You know, like I said, we ain't scientists or nothing like that. We just out here. The information we get, we brings it to y'all. We trying to learn much as we can about these creatures, about these cryptids. That's what we trying to do. And day by day, that's what we doing. Thank y'all. We just want to post and you know, let people know that we live right now. Hey Christine. So watch y'all comments and watch what y'all put down, please. Hope everybody weekend is going well, going good. And don't forget, if y'all come across anyone that has had an encounter and would like to come on the show, hey Marquetta, and would like for, yeah, I'm glad you here, Marquetta. Because I just had to remove one comment. I'm letting people know that we can laugh and joke over here because we do sometimes, but we here to learn. So I said my moderator's gonna look at something. If it's something not right, then they're gonna remove it. So respect one another. That's one thing we're gonna do here. You said there's one up on there now, Marquetta? Oh man. Wait a minute. I didn't know none was up there, but hold on. I'm going to do that now. Thank you. Dog Woods, what's going on? What's going on, Ricky D? I didn't know none was up on YouTube. So I'm getting ready to do that now, y'all. Thanks for telling me. Let me know if it's still up there, Marquetta. Don, you still there?
Yes, I am.
Okay, buddy. All right. Be ready in 1 minute. Waiting for some more people to get into the chat, y'all. Don't forget to hit that like. I'm trying to find out if it's two going at one time.
Yeah, you have the other one previously.
I do? What? Which one is that? I'm trying to find out which one is it. Because I don't want to delete the wrong one. Oh, I got it. I got it.
Eyewitness just 29 minutes ago.
Okay. All right, I'm trying to remove that now, y'all. Please bear with me. I'm working on that to remove that now because I didn't know if it was on there. I got y'all. Wait a minute. Okay, let me go to my what you call. What is it called? I forget the name of it. It's called what is it called?
Eyewitness.
No, it's called studio. It's called a YouTube studio. And what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to probably upload it. I'm gonna have to probably upload it. So bear with me, y'all. Hey Black Waters, how you doing? How you doing, my friend? Okay, Marquette, I'm going to my YouTube studio. I'm gonna have to get rid of it there. because I didn't even know if it was still up there. Thanks for letting me know. But like I said, though, my host on here tonight is going to be talking about Black Eyed Kids, the Rake, and the Goatman. And I'm going to read off some information that I found here in Maryland and come up with two local legends, how they think that this creature came about. That's what's up. Okay. Let me see if I downloaded it yet. Because I want to hurry up and remove that immediately. All right, it's on. It's on. It's on, y'all. So it's on. So let me remove this. We'll be on comments, y'all. Okay. Let me see if I can find that. And I think it's this one right here. All right, it's two of them on here I see. And I think it might be this one right here. Okay. I think it might be this one right here. I'm trying to find out. Hold on, y'all. Bear with me, please. No, I don't think it's this one. I think it might be this one. No, it's not this one. So it's the other one. I got y'all. Hold on. I got y'all. It's this one. Okay, I got it. I got it. So I'm going to try to remove it. Hey, Cal. How you doing, my friend? All right, let me try to remove this one. It's this one right here. Okay. Let me try to remove this. Okay. Analysis. I don't need analysis. Okay. Reach. Engagement. Okay. Comments. I don't need that one. The playlist. I don't need the playlist. Videos. Live. I gotta go to live. Okay, I'm on the live now. Okay. Dashboard. Okay. Now how do I do it? How do I get rid of this thing? Marquetta, is it still on there? Marquetta, let me know if it's still on there. Hey JP, hey Kevin, hey Gerald. Okay, how do I get rid of it? Marquetta, is it still up there? Marquetta, let me know if it's still there. Please. Let me know if it's still there, Marquetta. View more. Okay. Okay, view more. live, sort, most recent. It's gone. Okay, Marquetta, thank you. That's all I wanted to know, y'all. It's gone, Don.
Okay.
It's gone, my friend. It's gone. So we can ready to start, y'all. Come on, y'all, hit that like button. We can ready to start. He gonna go on. He gonna talk about Black Eyed Kids, Goatman, and the Rake, and found out, what he found out about him. And then I'm gonna read off, of course, the legend that started here in Prince George's County, Maryland. And it's two different theories of how this creature came about. So I'm gonna read that off and I'm gonna let y'all know about that too. Then y'all can come up with y'all conclusion. And don't forget, after he tell y'all what he have to tell y'all about each far as each topic that he talking about, after he finished with Black Eyed Kids, please ask questions and put them in all caps. After he finished with Goatman, all caps. Rake, all caps. Thank y'all so much.
Actually, Marvin, I'm gonna let you handle that goat man. I'm gonna do the Black Eyed Kids and the Rake.
Okay, I'll do the Goatman.
Yeah, because of what you just said, as far as those two situations, I actually did some research on those same two situations, so we might just end up saying the same thing.
Okay, I'll do the Goatman and tell y'all what I found about it, as far as here in Maryland about the legend, and it's still going on to this day. Hey, Isaac, how you doing, my friend? Don't forget to hit the like button, y'all. People in the chat, but the likes, we need to get the likes up. So, you about ready? Huh?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me good?
Yeah, I can hear you. If y'all ready for him to come on so we can talk about these Black Eyed Kids and this Rake, let me get a 1 like we always do. Put up a 1 if y'all ready. Put up a 1 if y'all ready. Say something now. Say something, Don.
Mic check, mic check.
Okay.
All right.
Say something so I can see if they can hear you. Go ahead.
All right. Everybody hear me? Everybody good out there?
Can y'all hear him? Let me know if y'all can hear him. Keep saying something.
Speak up, let me know.
Keep saying something.
Can y'all hear me really good? Can you hear me good? Marvin, you're loud and clear on my end.
Okay. Hey, Noob. Okay. Say something again. Keep saying something.
How y'all doing good back? Can you hear me out there? Can you hear me? Am I loud and clear? Am I loud and clear? Press a 1. B. Let me know if my mic needs to go up a little bit more.
No, they say you good. They say you good, loud and clear. So
all right, good.
Show is yours. And what we talking about first?
So we're gonna get into the Black Eyed children tonight.
All right,
the Black
perfect.
Eyed Kids, better known as BEKs, for the short. All right, so it's a lot of stuff going on out there at Paranormal World with these Black Eyed Kids. For instance, let me see here. These Black Eyed children or Black Eyed Kids are an American contemporary legend of paranormal creatures that resemble children between the ages of 6 and 16, with pale skin, black eyes, who are reportedly seen hitchhiking, begging, or encountered on doorsteps of residential homes. So every once in a while, people are waking up in the middle of the night to a loud bang on their door, taps on the windows of their cars. Depending on what's going on, you could be doing security out there, and all of a sudden this kid walks up to your car, taps on the window, asks you, can you get a ride to a certain location? Sometimes they knock on your door, and they ask when they come in, and they use your phone. Only to raise their head as they're talking to you, only to raise their head, and you notice they have deep, black, solid eyes. There's no white in their eyes. Everything's completely blacked out. So, with that being said, there also there are appearing around the world also too. There's not just in America. It's not local in certain areas. They're around the world. So the typical feature that you may see when you encounter these children is old clothing that's fashion going way maybe back to the 1600s, to the 1700s, even up to this day. But they usually look pretty raggedy, like homeless children. Their skin is pale, and their mannerism is awkward. Their most startling trait, however, is their solid black eyes. They are knocking on doors, scraping on windows, and their voices also seem to be like a monotone sound and demanding. And they have one simple request, and that is they want in. That being said, I also have a story here, Marvin, that it's a true story of a woman and her husband. They live in a town of Vermont, sort of in the middle of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
And one snowy night, they were awakened by a loud bang at 2 in the morning on their door. Now, the wife and the husband, they're startled. They jump out of the bed. They start putting on their bathrobes. They wonder who's at their door. So they go downstairs. The husband opens the door. The wife is standing at a 45-degree right behind her husband, just in case for protection. And right there in front of their face is a little boy and a little girl, both with hoodies on, with their faces facing towards the ground, just standing there. The woman and husband felt uneasy and asked them, how can they help them? The kids never answered. Where's your parents? The kids say, they'll be here soon. In that weird monotone voice. And despite how much they knew that they shouldn't let these kids in, the wife, somehow, she convinced herself it's okay to let them in. And the husband, because the wife is always right, I guess he just went right along with it. So the kids come in, they sit down on the couch with the father, not the father, the husband. And the husband is trying to get information out of these kids while his wife is in the kitchen making hot cocoa. Because like I said, it was snowing outside, it was cold, and they were just standing there. So she's making the hot cocoa, and her husband is talking to them, and she returns back to the living room with the hot cocoa, and she noticed her husband has his head and his hands like facing down towards his knees, and she asking him, "Are you okay?" And the two little kids just sitting there, they're looking towards the husband, and he moves his hands from his face, only to have a nosebleed. And she's like, "Oh my God, your nose is bleeding." And at that moment, when she said that, the lights got turned off. They turned off all the lights around the house, and so the house is completely dark. And these two kids, they get up and they walk down the hallway towards their front door, and they stand there for a moment. She's aiding her husband at the same time as she's looking at these kids, and one of the kids goes to the front door and opens the door. As he opens the door, the little girl, she kind of steps to the side, and now the wife can see straight out into her sidewalk, out into the street, and she sees two tall men in a black hat and a black long coat, trench coats, just standing there, very pale skin, just as much as the kids. Black eyes, just like the kids. And I'm assuming at this point, just like she is, that must be the parents. So man, I know that woman had to be scared because that sounds like a very scary situation. But yeah, so that's pretty much what happened with that. And matter of fact, no, they actually had a cat too. The cat knew something was wrong with these people and these kids. The cat was hiding underneath the table, never came out, was growling, hissing. But I guess the wife and the husband, they really didn't pay attention to that. But they said in their report that the cat is normally nice and greets a lot of people when they come into their house. But this time, the cat just backed up underneath there and knew something was wrong, but they didn't take heed to the cat's warning. Yeah, so I'm kind of confused as far as I'm trying to figure out, are these vampires? Because for the most part, some people are saying UFOs are involved when these kids show up. Okay. 9 times out of 10 when it comes to UFOs, they just take you out of your house. They beam you right out of the walls, out of the windows. However way they take you, they just come get you. They never ask for permission to come into your house. And throughout all folklore, when it comes to vampires, all the movies, everything you've heard about them, they have to be invited into your house.
Absolutely.
So these kids didn't per se connect. They didn't suck any blood, but like I said, the husband's nose was bleeding. He was dizzy, and pretty much that's what happened with them. The kids and the tall guys, they eventually disappeared. They have no more memory or recollection of what happened that night. So I'm leaning more towards extraterrestrial as far as my opinion. And that's what I have.
Okay, but now as far as the questions, y'all have any questions? Can y'all please put them in all caps? But what I would like to know is, in your own words, no right or wrong answers because we're not experts. What do you think that they are? Do you think there's some type of demonic beings? Do you think that they from another dimension, another realm, if you want to say that? What do you think that they are?
I'm starting to think more so on the line of a parasitic alien hybrid, something that likes to feed on your life force, not necessarily your blood, but your life force. As far as demonic, no, I don't think that they're demonic. I just think that they may be interdimensional, I have no idea how these dimension things really work, but they must not be from here, and they like something about this dimension.
Absolutely.
So, that being said, most people encounter these things. They say that I was sitting in my car and, this kid or two, actually they come in pairs. That's another thing that I noticed. They're always in pairs. It's not
yes, they are.
4 or 5. And they're always a male and a female.
You absolutely right. Out of every
a male and a female.
Out of every encounter and sightings that I heard, you're right. It's always a boy and girl. And like you said, their ages is just, they're young. Point blank. They just young. Okay, let me see if I got any questions. Hold up. Now Gerald said, were there any further medical issues after the nosebleed that you know of?
Yes, so in their report, just the nosebleed and dizziness. No marks in their bodies, no psychological damage or anything like that other than missing time and the nosebleeds.
Okay. All right, now. Hey Diana, now somebody said, Carla Bell said that they might drain the energy from people or gain energy from their fear that they cause them.
Yes. I believe that. So also, a lot of people don't know that we release ectoplasm. That's one of those popular things that you hear in the movie Ghostbusters. They actually put ectoplasm in the Ghostbusters movie because that is an actual fact. There is an energy source that comes off of your blood. Just as you may hear, you may hear of certain things like within the Illuminati cult, where they may drink the blood of a baby, but before they do that, they agitate the blood with fear. They'll scare the children after they kidnap these children, and they drink the blood because something happens to the blood, which just, I believe, the release of ectoplasm, which is the energy source that you need to maintain your youth. And a lot of actual celebrities like Kim Kardashian,
absolutely.
They use this technique to maintain their youth using the blood of children.
Right. Now,
so,
Gift Gig said that they could be some type of alien human hybrid.
I agree.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah, I believe that. I mean, because first of all, they look human. So
yeah,
that part.
Yeah, they definitely do. It's just the eyes. It's the eyes that throw you off. It's the eyes that throw you off.
Now, if you know about Grays, what do they say about Grays' eyes? They're black.
Absolutely, pitch black.
So now that could also bring into question: are these children hybrids of the Grays? Because I've heard of the Greys having hybrid children, because they mix with the DNA of humans when they take people aboard the ships. That women are actually giving birth to children that are half gray and half human.
Right.
And some of these children have black eyes.
Okay, got another question. And this question is from David Ellefson. He said, these could be missing children that died and possessed by demons.
I respect that opinion or that theory, but like I said, I'm still leaning more towards the extraterrestrial because it's the see, demons are more so they attack you spiritually. You know what I mean? They're trying, demise your spirituality or your belief in God.
Right.
But these things strictly want to just drain you of a life force.
Right. But
they don't care about your beliefs.
Right. But they can take the form. They can take on the form of other beings and other things. They can do that. Okay.
Marvin, I remember telling you about my experience with one when here in Philadelphia. Now, it may sound crazy to some others, but it's absolutely true. At a younger age, I used to work at a very small little pizza hut that was located inside of a community college. And they had multiple different stores. They had a little Burger King, Pizza Hut. They had some other stuff that they made around another corner with chicken and things like that. I used to be a pizza cutter. So I would cut the pizzas that actually they were personal pan pizzas that we didn't make the big ones. We made the small ones. But long story short, this one kid who looked like he was Mexican with his hair pulled back into a ponytail was standing in a long line waiting with the rest of the students to get his pizza. My buddy is on the register to my right hand side. I'm on the left hand side cutting the pizza. I noticed this kid staring at me as I was cutting, and instinctively I'm wondering to myself, why does he keep staring at me? He steps out of line as if he heard me ask that question in my head. He steps out of line, he walks right up to my window. And when he walks up to my window, he's looking at me cutting the pizza, place him in the box, and put him in the oven. At the same time while he's doing that, he looked up at me, and when he did, I noticed that his eyes were completely black. There was no white in his eyes whatsoever. And that was the first time I actually had an experience with these so-called black-eyed children. I'm assuming at that time, without the knowledge of black-eyed children. I front of me, there's this kid, a teenager, who looks like he just got into the school. He looks like he's Spanish, maybe Mexican. He looked more like he could have been like Mexican or something, Aztec or something. Had slick hair pulled back, and I asked him, I said, "Are those your real eyes?" He nodded his head, yes. I'm like, okay. There's these infrared lights right above where I make the pizzas at. So I asked him, can you move your head forward and look into the light? He did it, and when he did, just the same way you look at your eyes in the mirror very closely, and you can see those lines around your pupil, those little muscles that constrict your pupil, open and close.
Mm-hmm.
His was like ours, but they were so big. His pupil and those muscles were so big. I was actually able to see how his muscles contracted and constricted his pupil open and closed, but it was massive, and it took up the whole eye socket.
Wow.
So I'm thinking for the first time, I actually probably saw the eyes of a black-eyed child up close and personal on how the physicality fights. I'm trying to see, how these things are working. And I actually got to see how his muscles were flexing in his eyes. So I saw it from my, firsthand. So now I know exactly what their eyes look like. So when they say that they're black, they're really brown. It's a very dark hue brown. And if you can get a chance to look at one under an autopsy or something, you will see what I saw, that they actually constrict and they open up. They constrict and they open up, but they're way bigger than our eyes. So this is why I lean towards an extraterrestrial or something like that being interested in you. And actually, he never spoke a word. So if anybody's asking what did he say, he never spoke a word.
Okay.
All I know is, okay.
Go ahead, finish.
Yeah, so I kind of freaked out. If anybody's wondering, I freaked out. I put my cutter down. I went back and told my buddy to come out here and see this kid's eyes. You got to see this. So my buddy comes out, who's making, he's prepping all the pieces in the back. My other guy is on the register. I didn't see the guy in the register yet. I went to the back and got my buddy, because me and him were like, that was my right-hand man at the time. So I told him first. I said, you got to see this. I figured he would believe me. He came out. I said, you see this guy standing here? He's like, what guy? I'm like, he's standing right here in front of the window. For some reason, my buddy could not see him. It was like this kid was a ghost or something. Like, only I could see him. He was only allowing me to see him. Yeah. So I'm thinking my buddy's playing games with me. So I asked my buddy on the register, yo, I need you to come over here and look at this kid with me and my buddy. I said, come over here with us and look at this kid. Tell me if you see him. He didn't see him. So apparently, whatever ability they have, they can allow only you to see them also. And the kid backed up away from my window. He walked over to a round table where he had some chairs. He sat down and he stared at me from that chair for about maybe another half an hour. I went to go do something. I came back and he was gone. I never saw the kid again.
What I see.
And that's what pretty much got me interested in these black-eyed children. Up to this day, when I found out about them, like, wait a minute, I think I have an experience with one of these things.
Right. Okay.
So.
The next question is, somebody want to know, after all this stuff happened as far as the couple, did they call the police? Did they get law enforcement involved? That you know of? Was it in the report?
I'm not really sure, but they may have got in contact with the police. I'm not sure about that.
Okay.
I know I would have called the police if something like that happened to me.
Absolutely. Okay.
Absolutely.
Let me go to the next one. Any other questions? Hold on. Wait a minute. Okay.
I guess good luck with that, though.
Okay.
He's probably believe you.
Angels and aliens. Okay. Okay, now we're going to go on to what fascinates a lot of people and what scares a lot of people, because I'm one that it really scares. I don't never want to see, I wouldn't mind seeing one, but I don't want to be caught out in these dark woods with one. We talking about this cryptid that we call the rake. So we're not gonna hold you up after you finish talking about it. Like I said again, put your questions in all caps. Thank you. So Don, let's get them.
All right, so the rake is depicted usually tall, hairless, pale, a humanoid creature who generally crouches or crawls on all fours. The rake is a humanoid, about 6 feet tall when standing, but usually crouches and walks on all fours. So that's pretty much how people are always seeing it. And they have seen it in the woods a lot, crawling on all fours. And it looks like it's completely butt naked. It doesn't wear any clothes, has no hair. And it's also known to make a shrieking noise, a very horrible shrieking noise. Like almost like a scream, but yet with somebody who has like laryngitis. And it gurgles and it makes clicking noises too, kind of like an echolocation kind of sound. The face is blank, has like no nose, no mouth. However, it has 3 solid green eyes in the front, on like pretty much on the sides, or pretty much in the front like ours, but also in the back of their head too. But I also believe, Marvin, that there are different types. You have some that have a little nostril holes, but their nose is really wide and flat. And they have like a slit in their mouth. So maybe there's some kind of malformation going on with these things. I'm not sure, but they're usually seen like in front yards, backyards, urban areas. You usually just watch the observer, but they will stand up and attack and approach. And when it attacks, a mouth opens up, and its hinged skull, it opens at the chin, reveals any tiny teeth, hence the name rake. Because the teeth remind you of the teeth on a rake. They're like really dulled down and they're flat, but they're kind of pointy at the same time, but they're flat right along the top surface of their teeth. Famous story of the rake involves a woman waking to find the monster sitting at the edge of her bed. The character is often said to creep into bedrooms, induce nightmares, and observe the dreamers for a time before killing them. They're known to break especially into your attic. For some reason, they love to climb up onto the roof of most people's homes, and they climb into the attic for shelter. And every once in a while, some people could be walking around their house and they hear a noise up in their attic. And when they go to open it up and they stick their head up there, the minute they stick their head up there, the rake is pretty much in defense mode. And every once in a while, it'll shriek at you or make the clicking echo sound.
Mm-hmm.
Which makes you want to go get a flashlight and then continue your search for it to find out what this is, only to see this weird looking half naked humanoid, male or female. You can't really tell the gender, but sitting in the corner of your attic. Yeah, imagine seeing something like that.
Right.
They're also known to be in sewer drains. Actually, they're very prone to be in sewer drains. For some reason, they love to live in the sewers of the inner cities.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people who are homeless, they encounter these rakes a lot. The rakes are very territorial. They're known to eat a lot of rats. There's been a lot of rats found dead inside these sewers, and a huge amount of rats. That'll make you question what is killing all these rats, because they'll have bites taken out of them. Yeah. So they're known to live in the sewers, and like I said, they're also known for eating deers too. They'll jump on a deer if they can get one. Whatever they can get their hands on, they pretty much will eat, and even you.
Right. So, what do you think they are?
I actually think that for the most part, I don't think that they're a government experiment. I don't think there's something that the government did on some lab underground or anything. I think they're more so. I think they may also be like a parasitic humanoid species that was a mistake in the beginning of creation. I think a lot of cryptids are a lot of mistakes from the beginning of creation. The reason why I say that is because their stories of the Anunnaki, if anybody is familiar with them, the gods that came down here and actually terraformed this earth and supposedly had created man. But I also think that because they were looking for a perfect slave race to mine the monatomic gold over in Africa, they came across certain species or certain life forms here, and they utilized their DNA with that animal's DNA. Hence, a dog man, or hence a rake, or whatever they use, whatever type of species, whether it be a pig or wolf, or whatever they use, these pigs or wolves or whatever animals they use took on the DNA of the Anunnaki. So this is how they became upright, bipedal entities. And I believe that they do go all the way back to creation.
Okay.
That's just my opinion.
Right. And okay, as far as this rake, like you said, I do think that there are different kinds, because I done had quite a few eyewitnesses that describe this creature as tall, lanky, pale skin, like little slits for a nose, slit for a mouth, really no ears, and their limbs. Now, this is the only thing that my eyewitness could, excuse me.
Are you all correct? They have long limbs.
Yeah, they do.
Very long.
This.
Yeah, their arms are abnormally long, and they actually, Marvin, they get pretty tall. They get a little higher than 6 feet.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting. That's what I'm going to get you now. Now, my eyewitness, and this is how he described them. He said that he described what he seen on his property as that of a prayer mantis, meaning it had bug-type legs, that of a prayer mantis. This is what he described, what it looked like. This is what he saw on his property. That's why I believe it's more than one type or more than one kind. Let me take the type away. But it's more. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say I seen that actual type on a video on YouTube. Somebody filmed one on the roof of their house, and he had those backwards legs like a praying mantis. His knees. His knees were backwards.
Yes, that's why I said that's what my eyewitness seen on his property, because he had something that kept tricking, making his camera go off, but he could never catch this thing on camera until he got this blur one day. So him up in his tree stand, because he can hunt on his own property. And this is here in Maryland. He up in his tree stand. That's when he spots this humanoid creature. That's when he spot something that he never seen before in his life. That's when he spotted this thing that he could never catch on camera. And he looking at this thing. And this thing was standing up bipedal. But the posture on it, it just didn't look right because of these bug legs. He said he stayed up there until this creature left. And he said the one good thing that he noticed, that this thing did not pick up on his scent. It didn't even look up at him. But he found out what was on his property. And wait a minute. And before that, his daughter was introduced to the goatman. His daughter had her own sighting with a cryptid. And one time when they seen it with friends, said this thing was on a back road. And it was on all fours. Because at first, her friend was like, look at that horse in the road. So they driving slow because they don't know what this thing is. But they driving slow towards it. And as they get a little bit closer, now mind you, bam, they notice that this ain't no horse. Because this thing turns. It turns its head and it looks in their direction. And then it walks over to where this, like it used to be something like, I guess, where people used to store stuff in, but it walks over and it walks up into the woods. And it stopped by that building. And that's when it shocked him. That's when this thing stood up on his hind legs. That ain't no horse. That's when she said, that's that thing that I saw. That was the introduction to the goatman of Maryland. It happened here. That's why when she told her father, he believed it. He didn't doubt her. He didn't say, no, you saying things and all that. No, he believed his daughter. Because he saw a creature. He saw a cryptid. But at that time, he didn't know what it was until he started doing research. But some people think that this goat man is demonic. Is it demonic? That's out my pay grade. That's something I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and claim that I know, man, that this thing demonic. It's this, it's that. Out my pay grade, I don't know. So I'm not going to jump out there and say that this thing is demonic. What makes it demonic? Break it down to me, explain to me, teach me. And let me know the things that I need to know that makes something demonic.
I was going to say, ever since the 1800s, creation of the Baphomet by Eliphas Levi, a self-styled magician, the goatman hybrid has been associated with the devil. So it should come to no surprise that many instances of goatman sightings do not tell of a harmless or gentle creature, as some decryptors described. Instead, the majority of the tales include bloody stories of people and animals being killed.
Right, but the thing that get me though is that I'm gonna never claim something and I don't know nothing about it. I don't have no information on it. That's why I say you got to do your research. That's the only way you're going to learn about these things. Let me see if I can get to some of these questions because I know I went past a lot of them, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry, y'all.
You know, okay. While you're doing that, I'm just going to say, I was wondering, is the goatman and the Baphomet head that they use in satanic rituals, are they one and the same?
With the goatman and the Baphomet?
Yeah.
That's something I don't know. It's out my pay grade.
Because I can see how people would think that's demonic.
Right?
When they see it, they're going, whoa, that's the devil.
Right.
You know?
Wait a minute. I think I got some questions. Hold up.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Noogie. Questions in all caps, y'all. Okay, now somebody just asked this question, and this came from Jacob Smith. He said, could they be interdimensional, similar to the Greenland gargoyles? That's another question I want to get to. Do y'all believe in gargoyles? If we believe in all these other cryptids, let's not throw them out the box. So do y'all believe in gargoyles? Let me know down in the chat.
I would say yes. That's my opinion. Yes. I think a lot of these things that we see in life are depictions or some kind of experience from something actual. Something that's factual.
Okay. We got that question out the way. Do we believe in gargoyles? Now somebody else said this though. They said, Jacob Smith said, do you think the rake can be a prehistoric origins like the primordial Louisville lizard man? Now we know the lizard man came about in South Carolina when the guy seen it come up out that swamp.
Across that road, didn't it?
Yes. But that's one thing that's another cryptid that we have not been hearing nothing on.
Oh.
It's like the lizard man just went. You hear that? No, quiet. The lizard man just went quiet. We wasn't hearing nothing on it. Are people still seeing this creature? I think so. But a lot of people won't come forth. And in some cases, I don't blame them to be ridiculed, talked about, called crazy. Let me see this. Let me get to this question right here. New game. No, we were just saying that was funny though. It's now Blackwater Media said, I noticed that some people try to explain everything through the lens of their religious beliefs. Research wise. That doesn't seem like a very good way to make progress. You're right.
Can I elaborate on something like that though?
Now, David Elephant said that the Bible explains everything. Everything meaning what? Now, David, you got to explain to us. Explain to the ones in the chat. When you throw that out there, put something in there to explain what you're talking about. Please. So explain to us if you don't mind.
You know, I was going to say also, when you believe in something, the Bible also states that believing is the substance of that which you hope for. But that doesn't necessarily make it true. It's just you want it to be true in your own mind. That's what makes you comfortable. So you say, I believe that, but I don't know. That's what you really say when you say you believe in something. Like
John Todd, you want to introduce yourself? Because they were saying that who am I having a discussion with tonight? So introduce yourself to the pack.
So yes, I'm Don B. Bustino. I'm a good friend of Marvin. And I'm hosting the show. I'll be on here from time to time. You'll hear me every once in a while.
Yes. Okay. Don't forget. Hey, Diana. Okay, David, I understand that. And we're not going against you or your beliefs.
Oh, no.
We definitely would never do that. This group right here, we ain't about that. We a family here, man. We tight knit. So we gonna defend ours. That's one thing you don't have to worry about it. I'm gonna go to bat for each and every one of y'all. So don't think that.
Yes, he's absolutely correct. The Bible does speak of a lot of these things we're talking about, but we don't know necessarily the names that they're using in the Bible that, to describe these creatures. We're using modern names that we're using today. You know what I mean? So
absolutely.
You're not going to find that in the Bible, but you might find Anubis.
Yeah, you're not gonna find Dog Man in there.
Those words you're not going to find.
You'll find like such as a fawn. You're gonna find things like that. Dragon.
Right.
You're gonna find the Leviathan, Bohemian. You're gonna find things like that.
Yeah, so he's right.
Hold up. Now my arrow is stuck. Who? What happened?
We need a biblical scholar in the dog. Somebody can help us out with those terminologies from back then and bring it up to date.
Okay, buddy.
Know what we're talking about.
Okay, I got froze over here, so let me get over here and get back on the page, and I'm gonna have to use this to answer these texts. I got to get back over here. So yeah, I mean, we're gonna always the Bible, it's gonna always go that route. Religion is always gonna be thrown in. It's gonna always be thrown in. So expect that. Let me go back to see if I can see any more questions. Sorry about that, y'all.
Okay.
Yeah, Richard, it is possible for a half goat and half man. It's possible, because this is what you got to think. The angels just didn't come down and mate with females. They defiled the earth.
That's why I said that.
Meaning they propagated with a lot of different things. Dug man. Goat man. Lizard man. Frog man. Toad man. That's what they did. They defiled the earth. That's why we got these hybrids walking around. Giants too big. These are huge. So are they part of the Nephilim? Does that make them part Nephilim?
That might answer why they're so big. Most of the cryptids are really tall.
Absolutely. You talking 12, 15 feet. Now you got giants out here, the giants of Ohio, that get 13 feet tall. And the first person will ask you, where's that big thing gonna hide at? The same place that it's been hiding all this time.
Marines over there in Afghanistan that encountered that Kandahar giant.
The red-haired giant.
Yeah.
12 feet, 1,200 pounds. You talking about a monster. They said that this thing moves so fast for it to be so large and huge. They never seen nothing move that quick before. They say this thing was just massive. Yeah, he had a lance in his hand.
Actually, he wiped out the first crew that went in there. The first crew that
Man, the man was, he was eating them like a buffet.
Yup. And when they did the radio back in to the guys at the base, their location, what they were doing, and they didn't get any response, they sent another ranger team out there to follow up behind them to see what happened. And that's when they found that bloody mess, radios broken up everywhere, military gear screwed all out over the rocks, blood, guts, everything. And then here,
absolutely. Absolutely.
A Chinook. They put in a Chinook helicopter and they put him in a net, a cargo kind of net. After they shot him in the head a few times, they dropped him and he died. They actually got the guys together to put him inside that net and they lifted him up to a certain military base out there somewhere, and they were told not to talk about this.
You're absolutely right. They was told not to say anything about it. You know.
Yeah, man.
You're absolutely right. They was told not to say a word.
That's why I said earlier, I think that these Nephilim, Seraphim, the Cherubim, and all these different alien entities that were coming down here made with females. Because, and they, what they said, they took them as wives. And they procreated with the human race. So who's to say that, the ones that defiled the earth that go around sleeping with a wolf, one sleeping with a gator,
and they made gator men. That's why I say, man, you got to look at the possibilities. That's what we got to look at. We just can't open the book and then close it. We got to finish it. We got to finish it.
The government actually has a response unit. They actually made what's it called? There was some kind of bill that they made, HR 8791.
Mm-hmm.
And that bill was to be put in place in case that these type of entities ever encounter or attack city populations.
Right.
And if the population of access of 80% started to decline, the Air Force units will be called in to do airstrikes on these entities, whether it be dogs and rays, all these different things from back in those ancient days. All these pictures we're talking about, if they never decide to come back,
and you gotta you gotta think about this too, Don. I'm not saying, I'm gonna say I know this for a fact that the government has created their own brood of these creatures. We can all agree with that they have created their own to make their own special soldiers. Yes. To do what they want them to do. The strength of Bigfoot The stealthiness of the dog man, how quick it can move. The leap 30, 40, 50 feet. So these things can get in and get out. So what better weapon to use than these creatures?
Isn't there a story of the dog man being used in Afghanistan, walking around with body armor and swords?
They have said it. They have been known in time to walk around with swords. Now look, I'm reading an article yesterday, not yesterday, day before, one of those days. So I was going back in time, and it's talking about all these dog men, and it's talking about, Saint Christopher was a dog-headed man until he repented, and God made him into a human. But then you got to think about the time when Alexander the Great went into India thinking he gonna just take over this country. He done did everything else. He done wiped everything else out. He wanted to conquer the whole world, which he was on his way of doing, until he went into India. And he said he ran into some things that he never seen before. These creatures, these cryptids that he went to war with. But then it talks about back in Ectoqueek, well, how do you say that word? But back during that time that they said that these creatures used to cultivate. They used to raise their own sheep and lamb. They used to trade spices. But the one thing that they didn't allow, if you was caught coming anywhere near their territory, you was eaten alive automatically. You broke the treaty because you wasn't supposed to cross that line, but you did. So Alexander the Great found out the hard way.
So where are a lot of people today?
And they said that it was, I don't know where they came up with the number, but you're talking about, they said it was about 125 to 140,000 dog-headed men creature living on this island. That's the army. And then all you doing is breeding. These creatures are intelligent. These creatures are not dumb. They're not stupid. They are more advanced than any human being. Take it for what it's worth. Learn what we can about them.
I was wondering, do they have a jealousy towards the human race, us mankind? Because I'm having that flashback feeling of when you read the scriptures and it talks about all these creatures being created first, and then God said, "Let us create man in our own image." After He created all the beasts, so I'm wondering,
the beasts of the air and the beasts of the field.
Right, I'm wondering, are they looking at us with envious, with envious eyes, like? That's why they want to draw that line, and they say basically because you're made in the image of the Most High, I'm not going to necessarily do anything to you unless you cross the line, and then I will attack you because I'm already not like you ready for it.
And you know what? That could be the case, Don. It could be the case. That's something that we don't know, though. We seek the information and the knowledge to find these things out. That's why I say, why go out and try to hunt these things? Why try to hunt a hunter? It's not happening. It's not happening. You're not going to do it. If you think you're going to go out there and you're going to set a trap for these things, ball game. Man, yes, they know it. They see you. They probably be sitting, look, they probably be sitting back 200 yards. That's 2 football fields. And they probably saying, look at this dumb motherfucker. He think he gonna creep up on me and I see him from all the way back here. It ain't happening. He gonna call out like Johnny, go that way. Calvin, go that way. Hey, Luther, go that way. And I'm gonna take center. What you gonna do? What you gonna do then?
There was a story of a guy who ran into a dog man outside his house, but he didn't know exactly what he was looking at. He had his flashlight, he's walking towards it in the snow after he left out his front doors, and they kept backing up and backing up and backing up. Every time he moved forward, it kept backing up. All he was getting was the eye shot.
Wow!
And when he heard the noises on his left and his right hand side,
amazing.
When he turned his flashlight to the right, he realized he saw a pair of eyes on his right. Then he turned to his left, he realized he saw some eyes on his left. They were flanking him. And the one that he was directly looking at initially was trying to make him come out. And the other ones were circling around the sides. Military tactic was found to ambush him to make sure he can't get back out. And they had a good meal that night. But he actually realized what was going on and actually and dropped the flashlight and ran back into the house.
That's why I say that these creatures are so amazing, man. They so amazing, yo. And that's why I sit here, man, and I try to give people everything that I learned, yo, when it comes to this. Ever since mine's, man, I took to heart with this. I love this. I love doing this. I love helping people the most at the end of the day. I love doing this, man. I have met some great and wonderful people along the way. I have, man. I have met some great people along the way. And then you realize that so many people are just like you. Y'all got the same thing in common. The same thing in common. Now, I'm getting ready to read something that comes out of here, my hometown in Maryland. And it talks about these goat men. So bear with me. Let me get my light on, y'all. Bear with me, y'all. Here I come. Bear with me, y'all, please. Okay, I got the light on. Okay. Okay. Now this comes out, like I said, of Maryland. And it talks about the goat man. We know the law enforcement and government knew about these creatures, but it goes like this. And it was, Goatman stories. Goatman stories originated in the early 1970s within Prince George's County. Now listen to this and mind you, following, I'm going to repeat that again, following the disappearances and deaths of multiple, and they repeated it, multiple, and they repeated it again, multiple dogs and animals, which were later attributed to this creature. I'm going to repeat it again, which was later attributed to this creature. Given the conditions of the remains, I'm going to repeat it again. Given the conditions of the remains, local papers and authorities tried to blame the deaths of people on passing trains. I'm going to say it again. Local papers and authorities tried to blame the deaths on passing trains, despite all the evidence that they had. To this day, Goatman existence still circulates, especially among the local students. I'm going to repeat it again, especially among the local students. Till this day, law enforcement are still getting calls about this creature. Now we're going to go to two, not one, but two ways that they think this Goatman creature came about. The first one, let me back that up because I missed the part. I want to put this in order. We're going to go to the descriptions. How 90% of the people that came in contact with this creature described it as looking as what I'm getting ready to tell you now. 90% of them said the same thing. The description about this creature looks odd. It has a human looking face. I'm going to repeat it again. It has a human looking face. Its body covered. Its body covered in hair. The lower part of it being that of a goat. Similar, I'm going to repeat it again, similar to that of a fawn. Arms with human type hands. I'm going to repeat that again. Arms with human type hands. Some eyewitnesses have seen them with horns, and some eyewitnesses have seen them without horns. Even some eyewitnesses have seen these creatures come out, make shift shelters. I'm going to repeat that again. Some of these eyewitnesses have seen these creatures come out of make shift shelters deep in the woods. Deep in the woods of Prince George's County, near the vicinity of Bowie. They have also said that they have seen them. Now I'm gonna break this down and I'm gonna say this slow, because I have heard this on one or more occasions. Some eyewitnesses have seen these creatures wielding an axe. Now I have heard eyewitnesses say that. Now we're gonna go on to the legend, meaning there's two ways that they think that this creature came about. The first legend. The first legend goes on to say that it was a scientist who worked in the Beltsville Agricultural Research Center, who was experimenting on goats. When one day, everything, all the hard work he put in backfires. And this scientist mutated. I'm going to repeat that again. This scientist mutated into a half man and half goat. Creature who then began. I'm going to repeat it again. Who then began to go out killing animals and people. I'm going to repeat that again. This creature started going out killing animals and people. The second legend is that this thing, already being a goat man himself, was to be an old hermit who lived deep into the woods and could often be spotted walking alone at night along Fletchertown Road. And that's just a little bit of stuff that I got off the the goat man when it comes to Maryland. And the two legends, how they thought it came to be. Are the legends true? I don't know. I don't know if the legends are true. I really don't know. Don?
I was going to say, here's another one. According to locals, there was a blue-eyed escapee of a sanitarium who traveled with a pack of goats and fathered children with them, who retained the animalistic features but also retained their father's blue eyes. There was a crazy man, basically from a sanitarium. Yet, escaped and was traveling with goats and having sex, basically, with the goats. And the goats were coming out hybrids, half human, half goat.
Wow.
And they retained his eyes, the blue eyes, because that's supposed to be a dominant feature of the goat man. And when you see him, he has blue eyes.
It's just when I sit here, man, and that's why I said it's. If you was to ask me, the same way that we think that Dugman, Bigfoot, the same way that we get to the point in to think that, okay, this could be the fallen angel's creation. So why not a goat man?
Yeah, and there's been reports of goat man going back to 474 BC.
Oh yeah, they go back.
So
they go back. They go back in time. That's why I say, man, you got to keep an open mind when it comes to these creatures, when it comes to these cryptids. You got to keep an open mind. You know, like I say, you can't just open this book and then you close it. It's why open it then if you're not going to finish it? Why open it, my friend?
I can see how the government really doesn't really want people to know about these creatures. I mean, nobody is right or wrong about all the stuff that we're talking about, but I can see them wanting to control it because if it has an effect against people's belief systems that they actually established, say for instance, the Council of Nicaea. If you look up the Council of Nicaea, 325 AD, they actually started Christianity to protect themselves from certain other belief systems. As far as when Islam was starting, you know, when Islam kind of was starting up, they saw the Christian Empire starting up. You know, so everybody was pretty much at arms race, pretty much like how we have an arms race in this modern day time. You know, with the Cold War and all that. They had a religious Cold War thing going on back then.
Okay.
So, in order to control this information, they have to keep it under wraps because it'll threaten their national security, it'll threaten people's belief systems, and they'll have to change the whole.
Absolutely, it'll change the whole narrative.
Right.
It would change the whole narrative, you know. And science don't want to be wrong. Point blank, they don't want to be wrong because it would change evolution. Do you know what that would do?
And what if the evolution thing is not even real? What if some information? What if these creatures have always been the way they are? Do we see them today?
Right.
Never changed.
What I need you to do, Don, continue talking. Keep the chat going on. I'm gonna get me something to drink and use the bathroom.
Okay.
Just go ahead and finish talking.
I would love to be able to see their questions. I wish I could see you guys' questions. But yeah, continue to have questions. Post them in the chat. That way, when he gets back, I can try and answer as best I can and you can answer as best you can. I would like to know what y'all think about all this stuff too. There's no right or wrong answer. That's why we're all here at the table trying to make sense of all this. I appreciate everybody's answers, everybody's opinions. I hope you appreciate mine. And make sure that you guys are asking them questions though. A dumb question is a question I'd ask, you know. So don't be shy, post, put it in there. We'll try our best. Let us know what you think about where the origin of the dog man comes from. Goatman, lizard man, all these different things, all these different cryptids. And we can try and really get answers instead of just asking questions and being up in the air. We need to get some kind of resolution with all this stuff. It's time. It's time to get the answers. And anybody else that can actually come forth without asking a question, but you can actually make a statement, tell us something that we don't know. Teach us something that we don't know. Because we don't know everything. Glad everybody's on here tonight, enjoying themselves. I'm enjoying myself. I'm actually kind of new to this, so just bear with me. But I'm loving it. It's fun. I appreciate it. Almost the COVID-19 situation going on out here. What else can we do but just talk to each other? And appreciate this time that we had to make our time when we might not be able to do this anymore. So, like you say, you got any questions? Ask. Got any statements you want to say something? Let us know. We can build on that from that point on. Again, my name is Don B. Gostino. You can see me on Facebook. And it's exactly that, Don B. Gostino, Gostino. And you see me in the dub pack. So if you have any questions you want to ask me, even in there, just ask me. I'll do some research. I'll try to answer your question. I'm trying to figure out what's going on with this goatman thing. That's pretty much a new one for me. But being as though I see that there's information that goes back when these guys going back to 474 BC. That's a lot of digging in the creek. That's a lot of digging in the creek. So that kind of rules out the government basically having a hand in genetically engineering these creatures. I think most of these creatures have always been around. They're just smart. They're very elusive. They're very intelligent, and they do a darn good job of staying out of your way. But I think that due to our ever-growing economy, spilling over into these national parks, just expanding these city boundaries. Hey, we're bound to cross over the line, and I think it's us that's actually crossing the line. It's not them. So this is why we're seeing these things. You have stories of the Navajo and the Hopi Indians and the Chippewa, all these different Native American groups. They talk about these creatures before. And for instance, Sasquatch is known to speak the Navajo language. Some people are finding that out as of lately that you can communicate with Sasquatch if you know how to speak the Navajo language. So if anybody out there knows how to speak the Navajo language and you got the guts to really go out there in those woods, maybe if you blow warm with you and you just speak something to them, but be respectful. You might get some kind of contact going on. But what I've learned, knocking on trees though, that's a war call. That's not good. Whittling, that's also something that's not good because we take it as something, we don't take it as something threatening. But to them, a lot of things that you may do out in the woods, banging on trees and whistling, they take it as a challenge. So that's why some people get rocks thrown at them. A whole tree lifted out of the ground and tossed like a javelin thrown at them. Because you're out there knocking on the trees, making making the work off, basically trying to take over their territory unknowingly, knocking on trees and trying to take over their territory. That's how they're perceived. So the Navajos say don't do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm back.
Okay.
Thank you, my friend.
No problem.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying though, man. We gotta look at it as that though, man. We gotta get much information as we can about these creatures, man, because it's a lot. It's a lot, man. And like I said, that's why I like telling, encounters and stuff like that. That's something I love doing. Because my sight, man, it just took me to another whole level, man. And it opened my eyes up to the possibilities of the things that's out there and the things that could be out there. It opened my eyes up to that. That's why I would never call no, man, you lying. You ain't see that, man. Stop lying all the time. That's all you do. No, not going to do that, man. Because you can't say what a person saw. Just because you wasn't there, that don't mean that this person didn't see what they saw. You really don't.
You tell stories very beautifully, man. I tell you that, man. Because when I first heard of you and I heard your encounter, I actually could lay back, close my eyes, and ride with you in that vision. I could see you in the car. I could see you looking out the window, and I could see you entering this huge dog man that looked like a tree stump almost. You're trying to figure out, am I looking at it?
Right.
You know what I mean? You're like, and I can see that in my head, and I'm like, man, like I almost can see the time of day, like it's like a late afternoon, or like kind of like maybe 4 or 5-ish. The sun is kind of getting ready to start its setting process, and then you look over into this field and you see that she's driving and you're in the car. Like I had the whole vision in my mind. I'm like, wow, how do you explain that story? It's awesome.
Thank you, man.
No problem. I said to myself, I gotta get in touch with this guy. I had my experience, but boy, I tell you, you probably can tell my story better than me.
That really means a lot. Oh man.
Yeah, man.
That's something I love doing though, man. They always get me on here. They would always say, put up ones. They'd start with the ones. Put up a 1. I'm like, oh boy, they got me again. But that's something I love doing though. I love telling them, man.
Yeah, you boots on the ground, man. That's something I definitely gotta give, man, big props for that.
Right.
A lot of us can talk that talk, but we won't be walking in your shoes, Marvin. We ain't going out there.
Right. Right. Yeah, I love doing it.
So yeah, I was wondering if anybody posted any questions while you were going. I would ask just look at questions.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me look.
Okay.
Let me see. Let me go back and see if anybody posted any questions. Oh, you know what? Remember I told you I said it was froze on that, so I'm gonna have to open them up on this one. Let me go on here and check my friend. Let me go ahead and check my friend. Let me go ahead and check my friend. And they let me show it on here. What is they doing? Well, they ain't trying to give me no rhythm. Oh, okay. Your videos. I have no videos over there. Oh, you know what? I did it again, Don. I went into the wrong phone. I went into the wrong phone. Now, White Wolf said, I love hearing your storytelling. Well, y'all might get a treat tonight. Y'all might get a treat tonight, boy. Might get a treat tonight. Might as well, huh?
Yeah, might as well, man.
Might as well. Because I love doing, a lot of my moderators be like, Marvin, you need to start telling encounters again. So that's something. That's something I'm leaning and pushing more to.
Yeah, this is my second time on with you.
Yes.
It feels like a snowball that's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and I'm riding it. It feels fun. I like that.
Right. So I might, like I said, I might as well do it, man. If that's something I'm good at and I love doing, then why not do it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going back to see if I see any questions, my friend.
Okay. I want to kind of get back on the black eye children because out of all the three that we just talked about right there, they seem to be, one in the back of the class not raising their hand. That situation is just.
Oh yeah, it would make it seem like that, you know. It would make it seem like that. But like I said though, what are they? Where do they come from? What's their origin? Who created them? These is things that we seek to find out the answers to.
See, but the thing is, you won't have to let them in the house.
Man, I ain't letting them nowhere.
You're gonna have to open the car door, and you're gonna have to talk to them.
I ain't letting them in. I ain't letting them in. No, I ain't letting them in, buddy.
Oh man. I mean, because the way they start off, they just abruptly just are there in front of your door, banging on your door, or at your car. You know what I mean? Or they're saying, "Let me in." This is how it all starts. This is the initiation that you have with black eyed children.
Just like
So it's like
put there and
if you ask them where did you come from, they don't talk to you. They don't say anything.
oh, buddy, I didn't mean to, sir, on my PC at home. So that's what that's what I do, man. You know, I seek the knowledge. You know, so what else y'all want to talk about? Y'all show tonight. Do anybody want to call in? Anybody want to call in and talk about anything before I think about telling the encounter? So do anybody want to call in? Just let me know. Anybody want to call in and talk about something, experience that you had on anything? This your channel too. This your page too. This your home. Don't be scared to do nothing. Do anyone want to call in?
I wonder how many people in the dub bag had an experience.
Yes, yes, I do, Ocean Breeze. Yes, I do. How many what?
I was wondering how many people within the dub bag have actually had an encounter with a black eyed child.
Oh, I don't know. Probably not too many. And you know what? You never know. Ocean Breeze, yes.
Wow.
Might tell one tonight. Anyone wants to call in?
And then they can put a bunch of ones on it for everybody to have an encounter. And you see how many ones you got there, bro.
Right. Right. You're absolutely right. Anyone wants to call and talk about anybody wants to call and talk about any kind of sightings or about any kind of encounters that they have had. Feel free to call in. Yes, yes, yes. Anybody. But like I was saying though, man, it's y'all family. We family here, man. So feel free. Like I said, feel free. Don't be no stranger. Please, don't be no stranger because it's your home too. It's your home too. Let me see if I got any more questions.
Anybody got any videos they can post on the Reagan? Personal videos, nothing interesting.
Look. Jacob Smith said, Marvin, do you think that the government will step in if we keep digging? If we keep digging, and I do believe this though, Jacob, if we keep digging and we hit that one nerve, of course they're gonna step in.
And 9 times out of 10, they already have.
Yeah, they watch.
Yeah, there's levels to it, you know. There's
levels right.
The way
if we keep digging. Oh, if we hit that nerve.
Oh yeah.
If we hit that nerve. Oh, if we hit that nerve, they coming.
Especially if you had the capabilities of making that go viral.
Oh, if we hit that nerve,
wow,
they coming. They coming for us. They definitely coming for us. That's why I say we just gotta watch out what we say and watch out the content that we put out there. Okay. So don't nobody want to call in, huh? No callers tonight. Oh man. Okay, let's go right here. I think we got a question. Hold on. What? Okay. That's right, William. We are here for each other. We are here for each other. So if you got something to talk about it. We putting it out there. We not biting our tongues. We not holding back. We not holding back. We telling it like it is. We gonna tell the truth. We ain't telling no lies over here.
I wonder how they feel about me being the host on your show.
Ooh.
So they're not used to me, so I'm
Ooh. Ask them.
So how do y'all feel about me? Do you think I covered these subjects pretty well?
Just ask them, would you make a good host? That's all.
Yeah, what do you think about me? I think that's a pretty good question because I think everybody in my shoes probably has the same thing.
For real.
Was I loud? Was I clear? Did you understand everything I said?
Man, for real.
This is one thing.
Wait a minute. That's enough. When is enough? Enough. How far should we be willing to stand up to the government? We should be willing to stand up until we get the truth out there. We're not gonna tuck our head between our legs like a we're not doing that. We're not doing that. I'ma keep going.
I was gonna say also, trust me, the burden is not as hard on you as it is the people who work for the government. People who work for the government, who are the insiders, the ones that help hold back this information, the burden is on them hard.
Leave the head boy passerby to see.
Is there anybody that's on this show right now that's listening, established within the government that knows about these things, can verify that what we're talking about is true?
Okay.
Is there anybody in the military?
I'm sure it is ex-military.
Yeah, they can verify these things for us.
Just saying, what about the gloves? Hold on for a minute, everybody. You heard me? Don?
Oh, okay.
Hold on for 1 minute.
All right. Yeah, so I was just wondering, is there anybody out there in government or some military branch that may have come across goatman, rig, goatman, anyway, these scriptures we're talking about? If you can post a statement to Marvin, that way he can see what you got to say about those things. Appreciate that. So I'm new to this, so he said, bear with me. I'm with y'all on the way. I'm new to the back. I've been sitting Marvin for quite some time now, and I decided to get in contact with him. Here I am. I'm assuming that y'all can do the same thing. If anybody got something you want to share, reach out to Marvin and try and hook up something where we all can be on here together.
All right.
It can at least be 3 of us, so when Marvin takes his breaks like this, the other 2, me and somebody else, can be talking, holding it down.
No, I was coming. I had to put the food away. I had to wait till it cool off, so I had to put the food away. That I can't leave it out. I apologize though. But yeah, when we use 3 people, then I would have to start using StreamYard.
Okay.
Because that can get more than one, more than one of us on there. So it'll be 3 of us. It'll be 3 of us on there. So that would be
next time
good.
I can be ready for that. I can be ready for that next time.
Right. That'll work.
So
So did they think you was a good host?
That's a good question.
Do y'all think he a good host? Everyone?
Help me sleep with a smile on my face tonight. I hope I hear something good. Drum rolls roll.
You only need a gun and a badge of and a bag of candy, and the bag of candy ain't for me. Wow. All right. Yeah, Nathan, you said he's good. I say well informed. So that's good.
Thank you, Nathaniel. Shout out to Nathaniel. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And make sure you hit me up on Facebook too, man. Don B. Gostino. DonBGhostino. I'm in the Dub Pack, so if you missed that, you can find me in Dub Pack. Appreciate you.
Yeah, so.
What we going to do on the next show?
Huh?
What we going to do on the next show? What we going to talk about?
It depends. We might try to get a eyewitness for the next show. So I think that would be a good idea.
Yeah, definitely.
Switch it up.
A real eyewitness. Real eyewitness. Yeah, I got to hear this.
Yeah, well, eyewitness. So that's probably what that would be, for the next show.
Dub Pack, man, they posted some good images on here, though. I'll tell you that. Some real good images on here. These dogmen and that one goatman you got there. That looks pretty interesting.
All right, so what we're gonna do, y'all, for the end of the show? We at the 2-hour mark. So what y'all want to do before we shut it down? Can you hear him now? Say something, because they couldn't hear you.
Oh, can you hear me now? Hello, hello.
Keep saying it.
Hello, Dub Pack, can you hear me now? Am I loud and clear? That's my grammar.
I'm asking y'all, what y'all want to do? I mean, because we can shut it down and we can do something. I mean, something tomorrow, far as encounters, or however y'all want to do it. You let me know.
You got some more questions? Any more questions? Anything about anything? I'm pretty enlightened about a lot of things, so just throw the test out there. Ask.
I was telling them though. I said since we went over that mark, then we can just do something tomorrow, far as encounters. Okay. Encounters and questions.
All right.
Oh, Diana, she got me. All right, how many people want to hear one? Let me know.
Got my hand up.
How many? How many y'all? So I know.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Give us one more, Marvin.
How Jacob, me, Nathaniel, me, Ocean Breeze, me. Man, y'all all right, put some ones up, y'all. I'm gonna count these ones. Put some ones up. Put some ones up. Put some ones up. So I know. Come on. I'm gonna count them. Put some ones up.
I'm curious. How many you gonna get? ones you gotta get to tell the story?
Huh?
How many ones?
Put the ones up.
At least.
Put the ones up. I don't know. I'm hoping it's enough. I hope it's enough.
Get over 10 ones to go.
Yeah, that's that. It's over that. Marquetta gave me about 50.
Woo! Mr. Tomlin, yeah, man, that's great. All right, Cat, take us away.
Huh?
Take us away, Cat.
Okay, wait a minute. All right, let me see. Hey, but it's still a hold up.
What's going on?
Wait a minute, y'all. Because I gotta set up a lot of stuff. Gotta set up a lot of stuff for tomorrow.
Okay.
So I really would like to do it tomorrow. So is it all right if y'all, if we can wait till tomorrow? Would y'all mind? Huh? Y'all mind? Bingo! As y'all know, anonymity means a lot to me. So when a person tell me don't use their name, then that's what I do. Like I said, I'm grateful that they give me the encounter. So whatever they ask me to do, I'ma do it. I'm not gonna never go against that or and make them mad at me because I'm grateful for each and every one of these people that come forth and tell me their encounter. Now, this encounter right here, it came from an eyewitness who had during this time he had had it planned, of getting a cabin, for him and his wife, just somewhere where they could get away. So he did all that, and one year they decided to go and stay at this cabin. Now, mind you, during this time it was cold, so that meaning they was getting ready to get snow, which they wind up getting, but not right away. So they goes there, they unpack, put everything, and because like I said, this was their getaway spot. So that's why the husband got the cabin for him and his wife, and they took their dog. Of course, they had a golden retriever. So they get out there, they get settled in. So one weekend, the husband said that, it's getting ready to get cold and everything. I'm gonna go out there and load up on our wood, chop wood and stuff like that. So he said he went out there and he started, to chop some wood. Now, mind you, he had already prepared for this by cutting some trees down and then cutting them in nice quarters so he can chop it and have, nice pieces of firewood for their fire. So this is what he did. He cut the wood up. He took some in the house and he stacked some just right outside the door. They had like a little small porch. So he stacked them right there. So when we go out, he could just grab, bring it back in the house. So he made sure that they had enough wood in the house that would last them for at least roughly a week at a time. Hold on. Roughly, wait a minute, a week at a time. So that's what he did. So he said one evening, him and his wife, they were sitting in there, it was just getting, dusk, just getting ready to get dark. And they sitting in there, she reading a book and, he's looking at TV, watching sports, because that's what he liked to do. So she asked him, she said, baby, I think you might need to stoke the fire, put some more wood in there. So went in there and he put some wood in there. Now, mind you, when he puts the wood in there and he goes to walking past this window. And when he walks past this window, he see this dark figure, but he don't know what it was. Shoot past the window. He look at his wife and say, did you see that? She said, see what? He said, I just thought I seen a shadow go past the window. She said, no, I didn't see nothing. So he said, well, I'm going to go out here and have a look around. He grabs his shotgun. He goes out and he looks around. He walks to the left end of the house. Then he walks to the right end of the house. Now he's seen this creature coming from the right end to the left. So after he came from the right end, he goes back up to the left and he walks around the side of their house. Now he want to check the whole perimeter, gun in hand. So he walking. And mind you, it's getting dark. So he walks, he goes around the whole house. When he gets on the other side and he starts to walk down, he said that's when he noticed this strange and foul odor, but he didn't know where it was coming from. He said it smelt it dead. It just smelt it rotten. There was no trash in the garbage can, so he couldn't blame it on that. So he continued to walk, goes back around the front. He looks ahead of him. He looks in the tree line. Don't see nothing. He goes in the house. And his wife said, you see anything? He said, no. He said, but it smelled really bad on the other side of that house. I don't know what it is. It smells like something dead. She said, is it any dead animals out there? He said, no, I didn't see nothing. She said, well, don't even worry about it. Brush it off, didn't pay no attention. They go to bed. For the next couple of days, little odd things used to happen. They would hear tapping and banging on the side of the house. And he would always go out gun in hand. But he never seen anything at this time. So it gets to a week past. Now it's time for him to chop more wood. Now, mind you, he had trees out there that was stacked up, not stacked up high, but he had them laying down flat. And he would stack them up high. Said it would come up to about where his navel would be. You know, but they was manageable to where he could move them and cut them down into quarters. So he goes out one day and he stands on his front porch. He said he don't know why he stopped, but he did. And he stood there and he started to look around. And while he's looking around, something grabs his attention over by the pile of wood. He looks over there. He don't see nothing at first. But he said he could hear like if something was to scratch on wood. He said he could hear that coming from over there. But he didn't see nothing at this time. He's still looking. He said that's when he could slowly see something rise up. It rises up and it peeks over. And when it peeks over, it looks right in his direction. And he say to himself, what the is that? He say this thing looks at him. Then it turns to the side. That's when he see the snout. So he thinking first wolf. Boom, then he noticed. It's no wolves out here. Coyote. No. Because this thing was too big. He say the head on this thing was broad and wide. And the snout was thick. He said when this head turned back to the front, boop, ears shoot straight up from the back. And they pointing straight up in the air. He taps on the door, taps on the door, taps on the door, trying to get his wife's attention. She opened the door and she say, what? Why you banging on the door like that? He said, give me my shotgun. Go get it now. She goes in, gives him his shotgun. He got it in his hand and he aiming it at this thing that he don't know what it is at this time. He said this threw everything out the window. He said when he aimed this gun at this thing, it did something that messed his head up to this day. It still leaves him in awe. It still leaves him like, what the fuck? How? It still leaves him like that. He said when he pointed and aimed this, he seen this wolf-like creature duck his head down. And he said out loud, what the fuck? He said, so what he did, because he didn't know for sure, he put the gun down and put it behind his back. He said after he did that, after a few seconds, this thing head popped up again. He said he repeated what he did the first time. Now, mind you, this creature ducked down behind the wood again. Now he know he ain't crazy. Now he know what this thing know what he got in his hands. And he's saying to himself, how the fuck can this thing know what a gun is? He said this thing was like it was toying with him. Like, you can see me. No, you can't. You can see me. No, you can't. You ain't gonna shoot me. It's like this thing was toying with him. And it was messing his head up. He knocks on the door again. Because now he want his wife to see what he's seeing. She comes out. He say, but stand in the doorway. Look. He places the gun behind his back again. And he told his wife, he said, watch this. Watch this. Creature pops back up. He said, watch this, baby. He aims the gun again. And like clockwise, this creature ducked down again. And he said to his wife, this thing did this 3 times. This thing is intelligent. It know what I got in my hand. It know that this is a gun, baby. I don't know how. She said, well, what is it? He said, I thought it was a black wolf, but it ain't because it's too big. So she said, come in the house, baby, because we don't know what that thing is. It goes in the house. He opens the curtain a little bit. He's still watching that pile. He's still watching that pile to see what this thing do. He said it just stayed there, peeking over the pile of wood. He got tired. He closed the curtain. They got ready for bed. He said late that night, that's when the taps and the banging began. That went on for a few more days. He said that's when they got hit with the snow. But he made sure they had enough wood in the house. So he had to make room in other places to put the wood. So he wouldn't have to go back out there and face this thing that he don't know what it is. So they sitting in there one night, fire popping, crackling. She reading like she always do. He watching the TV. He said that's when he hear the front door knob starts to turn. And it starts to turn slow. It's making that sound. So he jumps up. What the? She said, I hear too. Something or someone is turning the doorknob. He gets up real slow and quiet. Walks over towards the front door. He said, but as he's walking, you can hear the floorboard make noise. When it did that, that's when he hear a hard snort. Whatever kind of noise it made, he said, but it made like a hard snort. He gets over and he peeps out the peephole. When he peeps out the peephole, he just sees something black. It just blotted everything else out. He just sees something black and massive. That's when he walks over to the window. He walks over to the window to the far end, pulls the curtain open, and he looks. He looks down in that direction. He said what he seen almost made him have a heart attack, He said the creature that he seen on his porch turning his doorknob was massive, long arms, canine legs. And he said this thing stood way up over top of the door. He said that's when he could see this thing turned and took a quick step. When it took that quick step, bam, it was right there at that window. It was right there at the window, looking in. He shuts the curtain. He can hear heavy, heavy breathing. He said this thing is breathing and it's breathing hard. He tell his wife like this, telling her to go in the room. Go in the room and lock the door. He tried to use his phone to call the police or somebody. He said the funny part about that is when he tried to use his phone, everything goes out. They lose power and everything. I'm gonna stop right there and I'm gonna pick back up tomorrow, y'all, because it's 2:30. I'm 2 hours and 30 minutes now. We're gonna pick up tomorrow, y'all, and finish this. So just want to let y'all know, man. Thanks for tuning in as always, man. Grateful to have the best, man, to have the best moderators in the game is y'all. Y'all the best, man, and I'm grateful to have each and every one of y'all in my life.
Thanks for having me on again, Mark. Appreciate that.
Ain't no problem, buddy. Ain't no problem. So what I'm gonna do now, we're gonna shut it down. We're gonna shut it down, and we'll see all y'all here tomorrow on True Encounters with Marvin Allen and the Doug Pack. Good night, everybody. I gotta try to shut it down now. I can't get it. I can't. You laughing? I can't though, for real.
You really can't.
I really can't.
Good night. Good night, y'all. Have a good night and have a good day tomorrow too.
All right, Don. Thank you
brother.
again, my friend. I'm gonna give you a call tomorrow before we start.
Okay, no problem. Thank you.
All right, buddy.
All right, bye-bye.
All right, bye. I gotta get this to stop, y'all. I can't. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. Hold on. Oh man. Wait a minute, y'all. I gotta try to get this. Try to get this off. Yeah. Yeah, fun in there. Man.